He's Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson. This is not another shooting show. We go to Cornwall, Ontario, Canada.
Oh, no.
Yep, we're going up there to talk about a guy who shot himself in the foot.
Oh, that's too bad, man.
Cornwall police have charged a 26-year-old Cornwall man, imagine that, who was not authorized to carry a weapon after he accidentally shot himself in the leg. Police said in a news release on Wednesday the incident occurred at approximately 5:15 on November 4th in a place where no one knows or cares. The man was found with a single gunshot wound to the leg and was transported to a hospital with a non-life-threatening injury. In an update on Friday, police say an investigation revealed the man was in possession of a firearm, allegedly shot himself, and they're confirming that the shooting was indeed accidental. So he was charged with 3 counts of failed to comply with the probation order, 3 counts of possession of a firearm and ammunition contrary to a prohibition order, and he will likely serve a life sentence in prison.
Oh, snap.
No, I made that up just because it's Canada, but anyway, that's not real. The thing you mentioned was excuse me, I just took a sip of beer before we started recording, and now I'm like, oh, I'm all burpy. So, a good example of why to carry chambered and how fast events can unfold from the CCW Reddit, which is full of retardando.
Yes.
100%. However, this is not one of those things. It's from a news story, actually a video. You've watched the video. I don't have the ability to play it, the audio of it, but summarize the video for us.
So, this dad and son were walking through the woods hunting, and they
in
mentioned
Alaska?
this.
Is that where they're at?
I believe so. And
it looks like either Alaska or Canada.
Yeah, and so they specifically mention that the dad kind of berated the kid or the son for carrying chambered, and because the father's like, "You're never going to need this," but his opinion was changed when the son was prepared for when a bear came out of the woods from at 4 yards away, and he started blasting.
So I started blasting. Yeah, oh God, there was an episode of the Meat Eater podcast where they had this gal on who was talking about her bear attack. She actually had her head crunched in the bear's jaws. Like, it bit her head and bit down, and she felt a crack, and then she lost hearing in one of her ears. Oof. Like, at that moment.
Yep. And
it's been gone ever since. Like, just fucking terrifying episode. It's been a few years ago, like probably 2 or 3 years ago. It was back when the Meat Eater podcast was really good. And it was that kind of thing. She was just like working for like the Forest Service or whatever, just doing a research project about bears, and all of a sudden she spooked one, and it was just sort of like, "Oh, you're scaring me," and it attacked her. And she didn't have anything, and she actually managed to drive herself back, and she got back to her vehicle, and she was actually like, "Do I really hit the SOS on my outreach, the Garmin thing?" Which reminds me, I need to I need to turn mine back on before I go out to the Black Hills because I'm going by myself. Yep. But yeah, if you're not aware, there's these satellite emergency beacons that you can hit the button. You got to hold it for 20 seconds, and then the cavalry's coming to your GPS location. But it's you're paying for an insurance policy, so it better be for something you need. Getting bit in the head and losing your hearing by a bear and bleeding and being completely fucked up by a bear, that's one of the qualifying events,
Right. It kind of goes back to the story I told on Tuesday of one of the guys in my class breaking his ankle, and it was we got to call the ambulance, and you're like, nah, dude, this is ambulance territory. I'm not touching this.
I'm not transporting someone with that fucked up of a leg. No.
Right. If the question is ever, should I call the ambulance? The answer is probably yes.
Yes.
Because if you're hey, get in the car and drive, yeah, you didn't need the ambulance. If you're man, maybe we should call the ambulance, call the ambulance. there's this mindset of like, well, I don't want to bother them, and it's not that bad.
That's
and
not,
like,
no. I'm coming at it from my Dutch wife's perspective of that's expensive.
yes, that crossed my mind too. Like calling the
Emergency
ambulance, you're like,
services are not free.
yeah, and you're like, damn, I wish there was like a middle ground where I could be like, hey, bros, like, we need you, but like, don't bring like everybody, but like, we need you. So yeah, it's call the ambulance if you need to.
Yeah.
I further reading within the Reddit thread for the article about the guy shooting the bear. Always click on the downvote comments because there are some great ones in there.
Oh yeah. Because it's usually the smartest well, not always, but sometimes smart things are said in the downvotes. I'm not trying to toot my own horn with what I was posting.
Right, or you're going to get some great stories. Like one guy commented, "My stepdad's 357 Magnum slipped his shoulder holster when he was getting out of the truck. It hit the deck and shot him in the thigh and came out his ass cheek. He survived, barely, but there was so much blood they had to replace the driver's seat in the truck."
Why are they downvoting this?
I don't know, because like...
Do they not believe it?
I guess, like,
or because they just don't like the story, like user error for sure. What brand of holster was that? Ugh. Smiths have a safety block now. Didn't used to way back. God, I fucking hate Reddit.
Right, and it's like this dude was just. I mean, it's a semi-related story.
Yeah,
it's a semi-related anecdote where, and it's like, yeah, that is interesting. Don't carry in a fucking shoulder holster.
It's as bad as like guys in hunting forums, like.
Yep.
You want to see some fucking stupid like hunting forums? Oh my god, they're the worst people ever. And I'm a hunter. Like, they're absolutely terrible people to each other. It's ridiculous. Anyway, it's the Marine Corps' birthday.
It is the Marine Corps birthday. So for those of you who you're the Patreon, so we'll tell you how the back end works.
This is still the public part of the Patreon, but yeah, November. The day we're recording this, it was the Marine Corps' birthday.
Right. So the day we're recording is November 10th. It is Marine Corps' birthday, so happy birthday, Jarheads. For those of you who do not know, the Marine Corps was originally constituted on November 10th, 1775. Their first recruiting depot was in Toon Tavern in Philadelphia. Let's see. Captain Samuel Nichols was the first commissioned officer in the Continental Marines, set up the headquarters, and is considered the first Marine commandant. The Marines, of course, distinguished themselves in several important operations, including the first amphibious raid in the Bahamas in March 1776. The Corps was disbanded at the end of the Revolutionary War due to economic reasons. That's a whole other conversation. And it was reestablished in July 11th, 1798. So the official birthday for 100-something years was July 11th. But in 1921, the date was permanently changed to November 10th to commemorate the establishment of the Marine Corps during the Revolutionary War.
Huh. I did not know that. Interesting.
So happy birthday, Jarheads.
Mm-hmm. Semper Fidelis. My dad was in the Marine Corps in Vietnam, and it was kind of funny. I mean, well, a little funny thing at the funeral home was that my brother-in-law had attempted to get his ribbons on his Marine Corps uniform shirt correct, and my brother-in-law was the most equipped to deal with it because he had actually been in the military. He was in the Air National Guard, so he had a clue. The rest of us had no clue whatsoever. It turns out there's a website that will help you do this if you don't know where the ribbons go on the ribbon board thing. But David put a couple Air Force ribbons in with the Marine Corps ribbons that didn't belong, and it was. I mean, he did his best, but then there was a guy who was actually a Marine there. He's like, "Oh, this is off," and he just sort of pointed it out. And it wasn't a big deal because he they were all my dad's ribbons. It didn't really matter, but
Right.
anyway. Okay. If you are a Patreon member, you are not going to hear any music. But if you're not a Patreon member, the music means this is coming to an end, and this is your tease to join the Patreon, because we're going to talk about DIY gunsmith fails that we have made. I have made many. Many of our NASA Reddit folks have also done that. And we're going to be talking about that, plus many, many more fun things and having a ball here. Patreon.com/NotAnotherShootingShow. Just $3.57 a month, and you get an entire second episode every single week.